Your life was shaken because of the calling you have. As a chosen one, when you have been chosen, as I said in previous video, there's a mandate that's on your life. And of course, before your awakening, you didn't know why I'm always getting the short end of the stick. Why it seems like things are so much harder for me than everybody else. The reason that the accident, the disease did not cripple you, did not take you out, is because the favor of God that's on your life, the hand of God that is on your life. You are set apart. And before you had your awakening, you didn't know who you were. This is why a lot of people have manipulated you, the narcissists. And you were in toxic relationships because you were talked down, you were looked down and talked down so much that you didn't, to the point it broke your spirit. And that's what the enemy and his minions wanted to do. They wanted to break you, wanted to break your spirit. But God was there with you through all the trials, even in the pit. But now that, I mean, you now that you have been awakened, but I'm going to get to the point where you got to just before you got to your awakening, where most of us, there was doubts because of all that was just from all the negativity we experienced from people talking down on us, that we just didn't, we just couldn't get out of the identity that the world gave us, and saying that we wouldn't amount to anything, or you can't do this, you can't do that. And so when someone tells you, oh, you have this gift or such and such, sometimes it's really hard to kind of to take that or to even accept it, because of what you have been going through throughout your life, have been the black sheep of the family, being outcasted from your peer group. But you could not get away from your calling. And some of you had near-death experience where God just wanted to get your attention to stop running, because you can run but you can't hide. Because when you're chosen, God only will allow the enemy to do but so much to you, but he will get your attention to get you in alignment with him to fulfill this mandate, this calling, and that's which is your purpose. It's why certain relationships didn't work out, or opportunities, because God sees all things. He knows the beginning and he knows the end. This is why it did not work out, because you would have never had going into your calling. Anything that is going to, anyone or anything that is going to stop you or will hinder you from fulfilling what you're put here on earth to do, your purpose, God is going to block that. So that's where when he formed you in your mother's womb, he knew you, so you are set apart. And this is why you can't, anything that's not under, anything that's not in his, it's out of alignment into the path that he has called you to do, what he has called you to do, then he's going to block it. People, places, or things. He is going to block it. And I can say this personally, for me, I had to go and I had to submit. Once you submit, then you're going to find that peace, and that's when you're going to start the journey of healing, and even, that journey of to be born again. Since you were chosen, you did not have a say in this. It's not something that you had chose to do. You were chosen out of, it could have been the generation before you, they didn't answer the call, but you finally have answered the call, even though you may have had doubts about it, or like, okay, this is what I'm, but God has a way of shaking things in your life to say, okay, I can't. And then as being a chosen one, it's like he hardens people's heart towards you, so that way you can only depend on him, because God is not going to share his glory with anyone. He wants to get all the glory. He wants to get all the credit. So this is why no one supported you in what your goals and endeavors are. No one has supported you. And God set it up that way because he only wanted you to depend on him. He only wants to get the glory, and he is going to get the glory from your life. You just being a chosen one, you are a walking testimony. So you are the one that is where people want to know that it is God from what you have been through in your life. They're going to know that it's him, because the fact that there's been no support. But what God is going to do is, when the time is right, he is going to send help. And these are going to be divine connections, divine partnerships. Because what happens is, the vision gets so big that at some point you're going to need help. But at first, you have to start out alone, and you got to do the work within yourself first for you to go to the next level, to where God is taking you, and where he has calling you according to his purpose. So that's my message for you. Your life was shaken because of the calling, you having that high calling, you being chosen to be the generational curse breaker. And so God had to bring you down to build you up, so that way you could be able to handle this, I don't want to say position, but to be able to handle to be able to withstand what it takes, to be able to give you the strength to be able to because it does take a lot. Being chosen is not easy, and of course, each levels that you go, as you're ascending, you as they say, new level, new devils. So you got a stronger devil that you have to deal with. So that's why he had to bring you down to build you up, so you will be able to have the strength and the courage to be able to to handle the attacks, handle people talking about you, uh, slander your name, putting dirt on your name, and using all the tactics that the enemy does, gaslighting you and all of that. So that is my message. Stay prayed up and just know that this is your time. Stay planted. This is literally the season where the last is going to be first. And your former days, your latter days will be better than your former days. God bless.